all, and welcome back to another thrilling episode of Off the Dome. I'm your humble interviewer, Jordan Brown, and with me for the very first time is our Spectacular Spies. Say hi, Spectacular Spies.
Hi, Spectacular Spies.
Oh, so fantastic. My goodness, this is so exciting. We are in our, we're in a brat summer, but really we're in a spy summer because the Spy Club Sunday, Spy Club Sunday, Sunday Spy Club, Sunday Spy Club. There we go. First episode is out. Second episode presumably is coming on Sunday. I think that's the name of it. And devastated to learn this morning that it's only 4 episodes. I thought I had so much time with my favorite little spies, but we've got 3 of the incredible stars here. Let's see, it's immediately Summer, Tinsley, and E, right? I've got my 3. I mean, E and everyone else, of course.
Yes.
That's what E stands for, is everybody.
Everyone, yes. So first of all, just the hugest shout out. A hot Jordan. We love to see it, gang. I was so excited watching the episode. A hot, muscular Jordan, just not a thing that exists in my world, and I love it. But I don't have an actual question there.
You're welcome. Who could?
Yeah, let's go weird right off the bat. What's the group chat vibe for the Sunday Spy Club? Obviously, we're missing a couple of folks, but
oh my god, we do have an ongoing real life group chat, and we have an in-game group chat.
Yes.
Both exist canonically. So in the show, we talk a little bit about the group chat, which I honestly think has ended up being a little bit freakishly accurate.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm the person behind the channel, so I am always sending them kind of businessy things in the group chat. Christina drops the fire memes, I think, usually in the group chat. Christina is on it. I would say realistically you run this group chat. Truly.
Yeah. I watched that review the other day and they were like, Tinsley's the head of the group, and I was like, she is low key.
Wait, there's a review of the show? Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No disrespect to Jordan and his current review.
Yeah. Y'all Forbes? That's wild.
Oh, I guess, that's a review.
That's a real publication that covers business and stuff.
Yeah. Can you believe we tricked a real publication that covers business into talking about us playing spies?
I can't believe you're talking to me after talking to Forbes. What a huge downgrade for you.
We are lucky.
So we always elevate. It's always up, up, up.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
And then, the Screen Rant interview, also fantastic. I think it was the 3 of you for Screen Rant as well, which feels great because I am in a constant competition with Caitlin to who can get better interviews. And she wins all the time because she has a real outlet behind her. And I just have to blind email people and be like, I have 60,000 followers on TikTok. Please talk to me. So it feels good that I didn't lose out on this one. Were we talking about the group chat? Yes.
Group chat,
Yes.
I'm just commenting yay about everything. That's my contribution.
Yeah. Christina drops everything she sees that's in our color palettes, which I love. That's a personal favorite of mine.
We got Volkswagen bugs.
Yeah, we got VW bugs that were lined up in all our colors the other day. Super cute. We also, anybody who's made fan art and stuff like that, just so you know, you're in the group chat.
I want to see it.
Drawn us, if you've talked about us, anything, we're all oh my god.
I'm on Tumblr. I'm on Twitter. I'm getting everything you post. I see everything. I know everything. I am permanently online.
Ooh, I know. I haven't checked the Tumblr representation for the show at all. I should look at that.
You just got fan cammed on TikTok, Mayana.
Did I?
Yeah. Ooh. Iconic fan editor, The Tension. You got your fan cam. If you see all of us reply to something on Twitter at the same time, fan art that pops up, it means it was just in our group chat.
Oh my god.
Incredible. Oh,
wow,
that's so
first
good.
fan cam, and I didn't even know about it.
A dream, honestly.
True dream. I'm honored.
And for such an iconic role, I guess everyone else, but E is so good. Oh man, we love it. I guess I guess we should talk about where the show came from before we dive into character specifics. But. The show aesthetic is so fucking good. The set, we didn't really get like a lot of jumpsuit action, suit action in episode 1. Obviously we have our flash forward of like we're super spies, but like obviously in the trailer we get like the like Sailor Moon costume change, which I just every bit of it. Oh gosh, Christina,
I didn't know
yes.
there were credits. And then I watched the credits, like the opening credits, and I was like,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is so cool.
I know.
So, I'm sorry, you said that and it just triggered the fact that like I've not addressed this. So Jordan, this is the exclusive of me saying, ah!
Sage, who made the credits? I assume it was you.
Yeah, so that is a combination. I will say there are these beautiful 3D animations in it that were made by Anthony Carboni. Anthony is one of the other hosts on Pixel Circus. That his pandemic activity was getting incredibly talented, which like God can't relate. And he learned to work in like Blender and Unreal, and he made all of those for us that are so wonderful. The post-production is a loving group effort where we all pass things back and forth until it works mostly. So yes, I made the editing, like I edited the intro sequence, I made that together. But the star of it is truly those beautiful 3D animations that are in it that are so cool and so neat.
Yeah. Look, I've read other interviews where you've explained what Sunday Spy Club is. I realize I haven't covered it yet. That feels like a thing we should talk about, right?
Yeah.
Where did Sunday Spy Club come from? Obviously, like Totally Spies, such an what I thought a really iconic show, and then I talked to my friends about it, and no one knew what I was talking about.
I knew it. I know it.
And I was like,
incredibly demographic specific, I will say. It really depends on who you ask. It is either like the most important and pivotal like moment of their childhood, or they didn't watch it at all.
They missed it entirely.
Absolutely, Totally Spies was a huge reference point. Something in that Charlie's Angels. We talked about Debs. We talked about, Mayana brought in like miscongeniality for the story. But as kind of putting the original idea and concept for the show together, right now we're just really in a phase of playing heavily in genres. So we start with a thing, and it was literally started with like spies. I love an all-femme cast. I'm really passionate about telling.
Who pitched Spies out of the gate?
That's me.
Okay.
That's me. That's kind of how a lot of Pixel Circus comes together, is like a notes app, note to myself in my phone that I wrote in the middle of the night, and then I checked the next morning to see if it was still a good idea. And I was just kind of playing in things where I'm like, well, what is fun and heavily thematic? We love building our custom sets. We do it all in-house. We do it ourselves. We have a tiny, tiny, tiny little team. So a lot of the time I'm thinking about like, what would be a fun set to build? What has fun costumes? What is a fun aesthetic that we can do to like also stand out? There's so much wonderful tabletop content out there. So I think about like what we can bring that is unique. So right now we're playing very heavily in genre. We were like, okay, well, what's next from pirates, right? So we did Salt and Serpent, and we were kind of like, what is the next thing that we can make like a little girlier and a little gayer? And that was spies for me. So I put together the original idea for Sunday Spy Club, and I put together a little deck that had a bunch of inspo pictures, and this exact cast was who was on it from the jump. I was so lucky to like put it together and have everybody that I wanted to. Literally last year was when I started talking about it. And then I spoke with Mayana. We kept sitting down, having little like coffee dates, being like, we want to do stuff. Let's figure out what. And I was like, would you like to play spies with me?
Yes.
And for me, it's like great to
exactly
pass off, because I get to be like, hi, this is a thing I want for my channel, but like I can go to somebody that I'm like, I think that you are wonderfully qualified to tell this story, and then I'm spoiled and I get to also play.
Yeah, perfect. Like I would like you to do that. Here's the idea. You do the rest.
Yeah.
A perfect way to run a channel. Yeah, man. Yeah. What was it like? Like when you got brought on board of, hey, I want you to run the game for Sunday Spies.
Oh my God. Well, the cast, I was super excited and intimidated, obviously, because they're all so fabulous. So I was like, I gotta step my game up. I have like what I like to call the dojo, which is all of my DM friends. And so I would constantly like invite them over for dinner and then run things for them to be like, tell me what I need to work on. Please make me into a better dungeon master. In preparation for playing with these lovely people. But yeah, like I got super excited by the concept. Sage shared a lovely Pinterest board with me that had all these wonderful, inspiring joyful images of the era and Totally Spies things. And I was a big Totally Spies person. Alex, the yellow one, that's like my girl. That's like my favorite girl. Yeah, I don't know, like we Sage and I had a couple story meetings to talk about just like what it's like, okay, it's spies, but like what is it about, you know? Like that's the thing that I'm always trying to dig in on is like, I love genre, but I also really want to try and tell like the best story possible. So just thinking about what these characters want, what the relationships are like. And so when we had the session 0, which was this lovely time where we were sitting in the studio, Sage turned the whole thing into just like a lovely little hangout. The set was already built, but we were able to kind of like utilize it as a friend hang area. And we got our Alienware laptops and everyone was just like playing around and eating red vines. And I think like that camaraderie really opened up a lot of really like beautiful and vulnerable conversation that we started to have about things that we as people were dealing with that particular like time when we were filming. And then just like broadly speaking themes or ideas that we wanted to explore with the characters. And so then I was able to, you know, they were so gracious with their time. So I was able to synthesize that, and I hope I was able to best represent a conflict that could bring, you know, things out of the characters. Like I like for characters to have like a point A and a point B. Hopefully they're changed and different in some meaningful way by the end of the story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, no spoilers for the first episode, but there's some conflict. There's some conflict to transition from one location to another.
We were shocked by that. Truly,
yeah.
We're not going to say what, but like you can see the genuine shock in all of our faces when it's like, oh, this got serious. Oh my God. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We were having this really goofy little time here, and you were putting out together a story. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we're making Twilight references. We're having a good time. Uh-oh, things are serious.
Yeah. And to like, you know, speaking of Twilight references, Christina was also the first person before anybody that I texted about this show, because Christina had done a Totally Spies cosplay. So as soon as the idea came together, I feel like I was just picturing Christina. And you were the first person I texted. And I really think many months before this actually worked out into anything, I was like, I'm making Totally Spies but D&D. Christina, I need you for this, and I will text you when it's real, but right now I just need you to know it's someday.
Yeah. Christina, I would love to hear about that, but first, does it help that you have cosplayed as everything, so that when people are casting, they're like, well, this is who I can picture in my head because Christina has done it.
Well, I like to be in a position that I am top of mind for people, but then people are like, oh, you're top of mind, but you were probably too busy to do anything, so they don't reach out. And I'm like, bro, just call me. Yeah. I may seem like I'm drowning, but I am balancing just
as someone who has tried to get you to chat with him more than once in the last 6 months. That might not be super true. But yeah, what was it like getting...
Excuse you.
I've asked you multiple times.
I have. You know what I did? I did random freaking impromptu TikToks, and we went live together. That is true. And we had honest conversations.
That is very beautiful conversations. When I just opened TikTok at like 9 p.m. my time, and it's like, hey, Christina's live, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? An immediate invite to join, and I'm like, oh God, like I'm like laying on the couch in the worst possible angle, like I need to move, and like, yeah.
It's called an exclusive, Jordan. Do you want it?
Every time, yes. Yeah.
No, I was really excited about this, and I am glad that Sage was like, she kept me abreast of it, and it turned out to be everything I really wanted it to be, because it was so fun and therapeutic, and I can't talk about specific things apparently, but you know what happened, you know what you did, and my heart still hurts. So
yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
Look. Look, you need a good, let's say, you have to, I mean, look, to say that there's a good villain for the show, or at least a foil for the show, obviously, like, there has to be some sort of conflict. I don't think that's a spoiler. That's just a thing to watch out for. It would be wild if there wasn't. Just like, we're turned into spies, but we don't have any spying to do.
We don't have any conflict at all. It's just 4 episodes.
Yeah.
I think too, like we're, and I'm not somebody who's like super worried about spoilers in general. I think it is important to tell people why the show is good. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, I
Yes.
feel like if you're too secretive about it and you're just like, I promise it's good, trust me. But like in kind of the elevator pitch of the show, Sunday Spy Club is about four best friends who have always dreamed of being spies, but in the same way all children dream of being spies. And when they go off to college, they start a self-defense spy club, and are recruited for an actual mission to have the opportunity to potentially become real spies and do real good, hopefully. So the 4 episodes is their journey to actualizing their like childhood dream of it, and doing it all together.
Yeah, it's a beautiful synopsis. I will say Becca probably the most already a spy. Mal,
Yeah.
Mal has robot legs.
Yeah.
Yes,
like
it does.
from the get go.
Yeah.
Becca's always the most prepared.
Yeah. Also like Mika, probably not that much of a stretch to have you're the daughter of a very famous, powerful father.
Yeah.
Definitely not leaning on anything. How about character creation for the rest of y'all? What was how much was drawn from your own life? Christina, were you the athlete in high school?
Let's see. I did cheer. I was a ROTC girl. I was very deep in ROTC, so that was my bag. And chorus. I can be athletic. Oh wait, I played soccer, so I guess that counts. But
that does.
I'm more Tinsley in the sense of I'm an overachiever who is chronically in my head and never thinks they do enough.
Yep. That would be an accurate assessment, I would say.
Sage, how about Summer coming from?
Yeah. Summer, I think Summer and I are both scrappy. I think that Summer is somebody who will always figure it out. She isn't smart in a lot of the very typical ways, but she is extremely capable, kind of against all odds. And I think that I think I relate to that in a lot of ways for sure. Her kind of pitch is that she's always got a little bit of like a scheme and a scam, and she's not somebody that's like taking advantage of people. She's always just got like the next big idea in her mind. And I definitely think that is probably a very heightened version of myself. And I also just like, I have a lot of fun. I feel like I play nothing in between, where I was like, I play a lot of like really like nerdy, like absolute dork, no game characters. So when we play in these, like being at an all-femme table is like so wonderful. You're like for comfortability and confidence, that I was like, I feel comfortable playing this kind of like confident hot girl that like I do not relate to in any way as somebody who is like so demisexual and like a dork in real life. It is fun to cosplay as like a cool girl and confident.
I mean, man, Christina, we can all agree that Sage is in fact actually cool and hot and confident, right? Like
Of
we
course.
all like.
Oh yeah, those are
But
given.
I'm not
Yeah.
the one,
But
you know? You
We
gotta
don't
just
exist
let
in her
people-
body, but she is she's a little perfect doll, so there's that.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
crushing it.
Yeah. So
But she
okay,
has
Look at
to
those
see
fun
it.
lines. We love
Yeah.
those.
She has
Thank
to
you.
see it someday. Yes.
it's like the folks that you explore your sexuality in role playing games before you start like transitioning or whatever it is. This is just Sage cosplaying
Testing the
as the
waters.
hot person as
Yeah,
that she
yeah.
actually is. How about
If I could ever get there, I'll say all my characters were queer before I knew I was. So
there
that
you go.
sounds fair.
Yeah. It seems like a real common theme of the early Dungeons and Dragons experience for everyone I know.
Yeah.
How about was E drawn in from anything of your own experience?
Ooh, I think I just love like trying to find the qualities that best encapsulate somebody that you want to like look up to, who also represents somebody that you maybe are a little intimidated by. Leadership as a like quality is something that I've found myself in a lot, but it's not something people always just kind of like ask me to lead things, and then I'm like, me? And they're like, yeah, and I'm like, okay. and then I'm like, you know what, I can do this, I can figure this out, it'll be good, it'll be fine. And so yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's so good. Yeah, I love like E, obviously like clear parallels to M or Q, a bit of
Yes, that was
combination of both.
definitely Judy Dench vibes for sure.
Yeah, very, very like Judy Dench. But yeah, all of it's so much fun. Yeah, I know you mentioned, Mariana, about the set design.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely stunning set. Just
That's all Sage. It's all Sage and Clara Goldstein.
It feels like it feels like the actually set in that like I'm just staring at the background, and obviously not because like things are wrong like on the actually set, but like I'm just staring at the background because I'm like there's so many beautiful little details back there that I'm just like trying to take in.
I'd say Sage also does that, like even down to one shots. That like I did a one shot for a Harmony Heist thing, just as like a testing ground for running games with them. And there's so much in that background on that bookshelf. It's insane.
Yeah, we put together a lot of things for it. I remember that one. She was like, "Okay, you guys are a pop band."
Yeah.
So I brought in a bunch of records and I made up a bunch of albums for us and like printed them onto. And I love. Look, I have my own studio, and I feel like it is the greatest privilege I could ever have in this world. Like it is something I never ever could have imagined in my entire life. Like we did this ourselves. We are entirely like an independent team of women making things that have our own studio to play D&D in. And like that's so mind-boggling to me that I'm like I feel a huge amount of inspiration to do cool things in it, and also such a sense of like responsibility in a positive way to like take advantage of the fact that we get to be together in person and doing this, and to make the space as immersive as possible. And it's fun to show off how we can transform our space. It's not a big studio, it's a small space, so it is exciting to me to be like, how can we transform it, how can we make it look different than the last thing. And this particular setting is like just so the vibe, like this is girlhood. So like I have never had more fun picking out props of all of the things that I'm like, I wanted this so badly in 2004.
Yeah.
I didn't have this and I wanted it so bad. So it was just a very fun like shopping and making. We make everything ourselves. Like 90% of that, so that set is handmade with foam. Half of it are things that I own from just being like a pink Y2K girly pop girl, and the other ones are just fun things we got to like pick out and customize.
I'm obsessed with the background behind my chair, and I didn't even get to see it most of the time, but it is so nice looking.
Yeah, it's really like sorry, what, Christina?
The spinning dice.
Yeah, we were gonna I have to talk about it. It's so good. Just like it was one of those things where I was like, I have to rewind. I missed what E said because I was just transfixed by spinning dice that weren't doing anything. Like,
just neat.
I was so afraid it was going to be distracting. And it is a little, but it's worth it.
I mean, like in the best possible way. Just like you can't take your eyes off it, like distracting in a good way. Yeah, for like it's. I am assuming magnets because it's floating like dice that are just kind of spinning on the grand desk of our spy master, and it felt so appropriate for the game you're playing and for the character, and like it just felt like this beautiful mesh of just like I mean, so who has that now? Sage, is that like you're still in your property?
That was from my personal collection. It got I bought it off an advertisement I was 70% sure was a scam. And it was advertised as being used for Legos, like people to display their Lego builds.
Cute.
And when I saw it on the ad, I was like, for minis, for something. I just knew that at some point I would find an excuse to have it. So I'd had it for like 6 months and I was like, it's finally time. I finally have an excuse to justify and write off this purchase.
Well, so good. Christina, I know we mentioned things that people desperately wished they'd had in the early 2000s. Talk to me about your sidekick.
Yes.
Deep-seated love and obsession.
So it all started with a Nokia and a Cricket phone. Then it transitioned to a Sprint phone. And then I had one of those phones that you could chirp with, the Nextel, the chirp, and you could like talk to people like on a walkie-talkie. And I had a Crazer. But all I ever really wanted was a sidekick. The sidekick was the phone of the elite. It was every pop star had one. They would match it. Did you see it? They would bejewel it. You could flip it. It was so cool. And I just wanted one. But there was no way, let's see. phones now are like $1,000. Let's see, it had to be like maybe like $150, $200, which at
Oh my
that
God.
time was this $1,000 phone, and I was not about that life. So a girl dreamed, and ultimately got it back.
Yeah. Does everyone remember their first cell phone? So mine was like post Matrix. I desperately wanted the like push button and it would shoot down, but I certainly couldn't afford that. So I had one that had a cover on it that just slid down. So like it was close, but like you couldn't like eject your like cool phone cover out. But I was like, no, that's the one I have to have because it's like the Matrix.
I'll do you one better. The first phone I ever had, because my parents were terrified of giving me a phone because they consumed all of that news coverage about how like phones are going to destroy the youths. So I had that little green child phone with the little 2 antennas that only had 4 numbers programmed into it, and it was like home, mom, dad, and 911.
Amazing.
That's
911 was
so
programmed in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had a Jirachi little cell phone charm, and I was like, this is it. I can call my parents and home.
I did have a pink razor. I technically had like truly probably a brand that doesn't even exist anymore, little silver flip phone first. And I remember I got that one because I was also a cheerleader, and it was just the like, you only get this when you go to cheer practice and you're dropped off, and then you give it back at the end of it. But I feel like the first phone that like
The
I got to,
emergency
like,
phone. Yeah.
right, exactly. The emergency phone. But my first phone that I feel like was actually mine was my pink razor, which I'm so glad. That's the perfect phone. Looking back, thank goodness. As much as I wanted a sidekick, I never had a sidekick. But I got really into making custom ringtones because, again, I'm a summer. Like I always had like some little like I've figured out how to do a little thing, and I was making ringtones for everybody. I was a LimeWire girly for legal reasons. That's a joke. And I was like cutting and editing little ringtones for everybody, and I was I thought that was pretty much peak technology.
I think it was.
Phone stands with like the Nokias where you could change your antenna and get like a light up antenna, and you could like change your phone cover cases.
Ugh.
Obsessed with that in ringtones. I think I like got in trouble once because I ran up like $50 in ringtones, and my parents
that was a price gouge back in the day.
Yeah.
99 cent a ringtone.
Whew, not for me.
DJ Sage over here.
Yeah. You needed Sage back then to
DJ Ryan.
Yeah. Oh, that's so fun. Yeah. I think the like statute of limitations on LimeWire has got to have run out at this point. But just for legal reasons, obviously a joke.
Alleged.
Never.
Yeah.
Christina's been working on this long con to narc Sage for LimeWire for a whole year.
Yeah, the doors are about to just like bust.
It was right there.
Yeah. But if you say for legal reasons it's a joke, they can't get you.
That's right.
Allegedly. It's the nostalgia of this show. Like it brings back these feelings that you're just you're excited, and we got butterfly clips, and Sage had glitter, and it was like I remember that era where you would go and you would buy the glitter that had like the hearts and the stars, and you try to get like the perfect star by the side of your eye while also doing glitter, and just like everything about it, including cargo skirts, and it was just the wardrobe. Sage, you ate that. It was set, wardrobe, everything was just we had lollipops that matched our outfits.
Yeah,
that's very good. I had like costumes, so that was also like a Sage thing.
Circus.
Wow, amazing. I mean, obviously, like, I assumed the jumpsuits were provided, but I'd figured the street clothes you were bringing in, but
nah.
No, I went back and forth. Honestly, the thing that might have taken the longest in putting this together was getting everybody to land on a color, because everybody initially said pink. We all wanted to wear pink. Yeah, Mayana's actually the only one who didn't initially. And you know, there's like a lot of things to factor in where it's like, okay, well, we want to pop off the background so you can't be the same color, but you have to be flattering colors with it. We had a lot of time and effort and thought put into it. And then I made these little like almost style guides for each character to send to the cast to be like, okay, here are the pieces I'm thinking. I ordered way too many tops in the right color and was like, we'll return what we don't use. It's fine. So that each day or for each episode, they could like pick what they wanted to wear. And they had a bunch of different outfits in character. And it felt like getting ready as, you know, that person that you were. So there was like a whole little wardrobe for each person on theme. And there was a lot of matching tops. So you'll see we're in a different outfit in every episode because that was important to me. And you can see like different times where like we're wearing the same top in different colors or different people are wearing them on different days. Because I felt like this was the kind of squad that shopped together and bought all of their tops together in their colors. So yeah, that was individual little style guides to be like, do you like this? How does this look? What do you think about this? And then we just had like a fun little try on. We did our little fashion show for each other at the session 0.
Brought a like a shawl or something, like a purple frilly shawl, and she goes, "This is authentic from the era."
And it was perfect.
I still think about that.
That's great.
Yeah, a 20-year-old shawl.
Vintage.
Yeah.
Good year, good year.
Yeah.
How did you settle the pink debate then?
Nobody on the like player side got pink. It was all of the players wanted to be pink. So I asked everybody for a second because I was like, what's your favorite color? And everybody was like, pink. And I was like, okay, well, what's your favorite color to wear? And half the cast still said pink. And I was like, what is your favorite color that isn't pink?
Yep.
Because pink's my favorite color. I'm a pink girl. Christina's a pink girl. Mika's a pink girl. Becca's the only one who didn't say pink. So we decided that the set was going to be so pink on our side that it actually made the most sense to put none of us in it. And Mayana's like, you know, different set on the other side of the room made the most sense to have pink in, so that we could have something that still popped. And yeah, so everybody got their second favorite color of outfits.
My
is the
favorite color
hair
is purple. In life as a person.
and then you got saddled with pink.
I you know, I love a pink, but yeah, I'm a purple girl through and through. But Mal rocked it. I'm very, very glad they got purple.
Yeah. Christina, I know you have the pink Christmas tree. Obviously the pink hair. Is that your revenge for being stripped of your pink for Sunday Spy Club?
No, this is just who I am as a person.
That's fair.
Slay.
I feel like a fairy when my hair is pink, and like I can just like go around and get into chaos and mischief, and I think that fits me.
Jester privilege.
Yeah. I mean, I think you can go around and get into chaos and mischief regardless, but the pink hair is absolutely incredible.
Like, she's such a scamp. Look at that pink hair. We can't stop her.
Yeah.
She's like the wind.
She's like the wind. Sorry.
So good. There's your group chat vibes right there. She's like the wind, and the immediate jump into song.
Exactly.
That was our whole game, like trying to film, and my brain is nothing but pop culture references. So that may have played into the character a moderate amount.
Oh, so impressive. I was constantly like, she's just, it was like a utility belt of just things I remember. I was like, oh my God. We cannot be stopped. She's like the wind.
Yeah. Well, how is it when your brain is all pop culture references and you need to set a cutoff year for those pop culture references? How does that go? Obviously, we got Spider Monkey, I think a little bit ahead of its time. But still too fantastic.
To me. That was less about the reference, and it's not less about the reference. It was all about the reference, but it needed to come out of my brain because in my head, I was envisioning that scenario that required that saying. And I think it worked just for what it is. But trying to set a cutoff year is very hard because it's like somebody says a word and then that word like triggers like a bird. The bird's the word. It's just like a connection game.
Do you spend a lot of time on the New York Times puzzles in the morning, or is that not?
No, I'm more a people crossword puzzle kind of guy. The pop culture and entertainment.
I was a big People magazine girly. I loved that magazine.
They had the best crossword puzzle. It was good.
Yeah.
When I was in college, I couldn't afford People magazine, but I loved the crossword puzzles, so I would go into the bookstore and rip the crossword puzzle out and take it with me. For legal reasons, this is a joke.
This is a joke.
There you go.
Yeah.
A joke. He's
Allegedly.
kidding.
You'll never get him.
but also only crossword puzzle I could ever finish. So it was pretty great. There were a lot of times when it would be like, it'd be like blank Spader, and it's like, God, I feel so smart. I'm like, I'm crushing this one.
You gotta go to the nail shop and sit like you're waiting on an appointment, and
There
just
you
grab
go.
the magazine, do the
Yeah.
crossword, and be like, oh
Mhm.
no, I don't need a pedicure today. Goodbye.
Yep. I was thinking about it, and I don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm okay,
Thank you for
actually.
your you guys should keep these people magazines in stock. Really
It's
great.
so
Keep these
comfortable
updated. Yeah.
sitting in here reading them. Thank you.
Is it too soon to talk sequels? How are we feeling? I'm just gonna assume that episode 4 ends on a cliffhanger of like, it has to. It's a spy movie. How could it not? Spy show. Also, just a potential sequel idea for you. It's 15 years later. Who has taken over for E? Out of the 4, assuming everyone lives.
Ooh, auditions again.
Auditions again.
Ooh,
That is very fun.
parallels.
I would say it's not too soon to talk sequels. We are loving the like shorter format of like 4-episode and like short series. Just because something that we're really passionate about as a channel is like welcoming new people into TTRPGs in general. And sometimes like long seasons can be really intimidated. We've done long seasons of shows. We did 6 seasons of a show called Failed Save that is like so much content and is so much fun to do, and it's so wonderful to live in a world for such a long time, and I hope we get to do that again. But this has been really, really nice for welcoming people into our world, welcoming people into both Pixel Circus and also like the new thing that we're setting up. So right now we're kind of in a phase where like we want to give people what they want to see. So at the end of Sunday Spy Club, it really comes down to the viewers and what they want. And if people are wanting more, that's absolutely something we would love to revisit.
The people demand it. Look, I'm 120 episodes behind on Critical Role. At worst, I will only ever be 3 episodes behind on Sunday Spy Club, and that's pretty
Exactly.
fantastic.
That's the gift.
Like,
And
yeah.
they're short episodes too. They're
Yeah.
like just about 2 hours. Some come in a little bit under 2 hours. I just wanted it to be really easily digestible when you're trying to create that kind of like Saturday morning cartoon feel with it, like we are. It just felt wrong to have it be 3-4 hours long. I wanted this to be something that people feel like they can take on and add to their week. I think people's time is so valuable. I think the most valuable thing that you have is your time. And I always want to make something that I feel like is a good use of your time when you're watching it. So like, what about us is deserving? If you only have like 2 hours for yourself to watch something this week, why should it be us? And how can we make the best use of that time that you have for yourself? Because sitting down with people and watching RPGs is such a like special and personal experience. And for a lot of especially people, like we have adult responsibilities and things to do. So whether you're listening on a commute or sitting down with it at work, or that is kind of your thing at the end of the week that you get to do for yourself, I really want it to be an efficient and good use of your time. And that way we can always make more of it. But you don't get the chance to if people didn't get through the first bit.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Look, I appreciate it because I got a 3-year-old, and like he's delightful, but he requires a lot of attention. And so like like there's just too much. There's too much content.
It's true.
Look, today my wife and he were at her parents' house for a couple of days visiting to see the grandparents, and we like met halfway. And as I was driving today, I was listening to the Worlds Beyond Number fireside chat where they explain the Omegaverse, and I will never be the same. I'm deeply upset about it. But like like I'm so far behind on everything. I genuinely love when something new and fun is short enough that I'm like, I can do this.
Yes.
I can stay current on this.
Yes.
And Sunday Spy Club is just like absolutely perfect in that. Like it is such a like fun. It's because it's not just nostalgia. Although, oh boy, is it good? Is it a good injection of nostalgia? Like it's like so funny and so fun and like. As you said, like there is a moment that the players are all shocked by. As a viewer, also shocking.
Really?
Oh yeah, not prepared. I was like, uh oh, things are serious.
Personalize it.
Yes, yeah.
What are the
Personalize
consequences
and
of my
internalize
actions?
that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I have a question in there anywhere? Probably
don't-
not. Someone say something about how great you are.
No,
Oh.
I mean, well, I feel like I didn't even do anything because they were so funny. I was just
Well,
chilling.
I think it's easy to say like it is a very cute. It does grab you with how like well done the sets are, how fantastic the outfits are, how cute everyone's faces are. Like those things are exciting, but the story is also like we're on the edge of our seats. Like there's suspense, there's action, you've got thriller, you've got camp. You just have all of these different facets that make it a really fun watch for everyone. Like even Ezekiel came in when I was watching and he's like, "Oh, it's spies." He also goes, he's like, "Mommy, you're green. You're green. Your color is pink, Mom." Because everyone in our house has a color. Zoe is purple. I am pink. My husband is orange. Luke is also occasionally orange because they like to twin. But my color, the kids know, is pink. And he's just like very confused that I'm in green. He's very thrown for a loop. So watch the show that confused my child about what my
Wait.
favorite color is.
Wait, what is Ezekiel's color
Change your
then?
world.
Oh,
Huh?
What is Ezekiel's color? Did you
Ezekiel's
tell us
color
that?
is blue.
Blue.
Ah.
He's a Astoria.
He is an Astoria, and Zoe is definitely a Malware.
There we go.
So good. I need to establish this. I just enjoy matching with my son whenever
Aw.
whatever he's wearing because he likes it. Today, we were both wearing black T-shirts when I picked him up, and he did say we're both black, and I was like, "Shirts, son. We got a really important second word there." But he's 3. We're
Yeah,
working
yeah.
on it.
Children
Please don't cancel my son.
Never, not the baby.
Not the baby. This is my favorite part of the interview where things have gone completely off the rails. And I look down at my notes and wonder what on earth I'm going to ask next. And I don't really have anything.
How are you? How are you? What's
I'm-
next
Yeah,
in
how's
the world
Jordan?
of the doctor of Dropout? Like, what's up with our official reporter? How are you?
Things are so good. This is a great transition. Thank you, Christina. In 1 week's time, from as of recording this, I'll be headed to Gen Con in Indianapolis. Will any of you be there as well?
Yes.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
My first
We're
game.
putting on a live show. I am GMing on the Sunday of Gen Con at an 11 a.m. game. Mayana's going to be playing. Becca's going to be playing. I tried to mildly harass Christina into coming with and playing. I was just like, so you're not, so no, are you sure? Is it, we're going to have
Why don't you
Priya
stay back?
Iyengar. Yeah, I know. And we're going to miss everybody dearly. It's going to be so much fun. I think it's going to be a really, really lovely game. So we hope that you will come and see it. It's going to be fun. We're also doing a meet and greet. We're going to be doing a meetup there on the floor, which we'll be putting info about. So we're going to be giving away stuff at it. At the live show, I've got like fun little goodies to give away. Some of those like magazines that we made for Sunday Spy Club. I'm printing some and bringing them to Gen Con to like give out.
Oh, you know I gotta get me one of those.
Of course, I'll
Gotta
bring you a
give
magazine.
me
Of
one
course, I'll bring you a
those.
magazine.
Yes! Oh my god.
Love that.
So excited.
Christina, a real missed opportunity to have your least favorite thing in the world happen where you and Abria are standing next to each other and people still don't know which one of you is which.
No, it's so hard to be away from Abria at all times. And even though I am 5'4.5", 5'5" on a good day, and Abria is 6'1" ish,
Literally two different
But-
humans.
Yeah.
I miss any opportunity that I do not get to be in the presence of greatness that is Abria Iyengar. And if you're watching this, Abria, I love you. I miss you. Text me back, girl.
At this point, for
That's-
Gen Con, you had to choose between being away from your kids and being away from Abria, and it's a tough call.
It's a tough call.
It's really hard. You know what?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of similarities between Zoe and Abria, and it was tough. It was a big choice for me.
Oh man,
Like, do I
see
go
the
to
word.
this Western birthday party, or do I go hug Abria for 20 straight minutes every day?
She gives the best hugs, it's true.
That's exciting. I've been hugged by Iffy Wadiway. Ooh boy, that's a man that gives good hugs.
Good hugs.
Because
I had the
He
first
is-
experience of this, and it is true. It's life changing.
yeah, I was not prepared I was not prepared for how strong he is.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like I knew it, but I was not prepared for how strong his hugs are, and it
Yeah.
was, yes, genuinely life changing. I'm excited to experience an Abria hug if she will hug me. I don't know. We are mortal enemies, so who's to say?
The blood feud and all, I don't know like what your odds are there.
Yeah, she did reply to an email of mine today, so like I feel like things are pretty good.
That's a good
Because
sign.
yeah, she does not reply to emails
No.
ever.
Abria is the busiest woman in maybe not even only tabletop, but the world.
Ever.
Everybody wants something from Abria, so that makes perfect sense. We're very lucky to have some of her time there, but also, damn, that's fair. You got a lot of emails.
Yeah.
Can't blame her
Oh,
for
yeah.
that. Hey,
Yeah,
she's
no,
come
like-
on multiple times during this interview. How many people you think are emailing her?
Oh yeah.
70.
Look, I don't take any like insult when she doesn't
Oh,
reply
yeah.
to an email. I just keep sending her emails
Oh,
because I'm
yeah.
like, eventually she'll see it.
Persistence
Like,
is key.
yeah.
Well, for folks that do want to come and meet me or Mayana or Abria, we are doing the meetup at Gen Con. So we have our game on Sunday. I think our meetup is going to be on Friday morning. We're coordinating. We'll put all those information out. But we're going to hang out at a booth and be there to sign things and say hello and give high fives.
I
And
am
we
Never
can
jealous.
signed
take
anything before. I'm so
selfies and-
excited.
Oh, that's so good. You're gonna get to sign a magazine that people will love.
Oh my
What if someone dresses up as the spies though?
It's cutting it really close to Gen Con to put together a cosplay for it. I think people cosplaying as characters from tabletop shows is like the greatest honor I have ever experienced in it. When our other show Failed Save, I've seen a few people that cosplayed my character Effie, and I cried. I legitimately just like, I can't help it. I was so overwhelmed by like how much work that is. Like,
Yeah.
Christina, I know building cosplays is like not a freaking joke. It is so much work to put together, and I cosplayed a little bit years ago, and I'm like, the amount of like detail where I'm like, things that my character has that I don't even remember saying that my character has. It is like the highest honor there could be.
Fan artists, cosplayers, it's just such an incredible talent that I do not understand and do not possess.
The passion.
Yeah.
The passion drives you when you have 48 hours and you haven't slept and you need to put the glitter on the shirt.
Yeah. So that's like you have a week to get together your Sunday Spy Club cosplay. Get on it.
If you do, I will cry.
Yes.
There you go. Like it doesn't feel like win-win to me, but like, seems fun.
Depends on what you're going for.
Yeah. You'll make an impression at the very least,
At
and
the
who doesn't
very
want that? Amazing. Obviously, like all of you are off to San Diego Comic-Con in like, I don't know, an hour or something. Like it's
Driving down
Wednesday
tonight.
before.
Yep.
Like, is there anything farther out that you can talk about? Gen Con, obviously, San Diego Comic-Con this weekend.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
other things do we have to look forward to from you brilliant performers?
Well, in addition to this amazing show that I'm so proud to be a part of, I'm also a creative producer on a new actual play show called Story Quest, and we will be having a debut panel on Saturday in the Omni Hotel at 12 p.m. And then our first episode will live premiere on Twitch on Monday at 6 p.m. PST. It's a Spelljammer campaign. I play a Plasmoid
Ooh.
Bard DJ.
Oh,
I'm very excited
God.
about it.
That's amazing. I love everything in that sentence.
Yay, I'm glad.
What is the Twitch channel?
The Twitch channel is Story Quest Show. If you follow me on Instagram and or Twitter, I have been posting about it nonstop, in addition to all the lovely clips that Sage and the folks at Pixel Circus have been putting of my face all over the internet. So follow me on social media for all of that delightful content.
Yes, so good. Where can people follow you? I don't think
Oh,
you said it.
Mayana Baron on Instagram and at BeMayana on Twitter, because I made my Twitter when I was 17 and I did not have a brand yet.
So good. I mean, look, Twitter still exists, right? So, like, what a place. Sage, where? I mean, obviously, people can find you at Pixel Circus, and I think are you Sage Ryan everywhere as well?
I am at Not Sage everywhere because I also
At
made my
Not Sage,
username
that's
as
right.
a teenager.
Yes. Yeah.
And thought that was the coolest thing ever. I thought that was such a I was such a little scamp. Nobody'd ever catch me at Not Sage on everywhere. I stream as well. Sometimes I do GM prep. Sometimes I just play games. But yeah, Pixel Circus is my heart and my soul and my blood, sweat, and tears. and I'm very proud of it. And we make a lot of stuff over there. We do tabletop games. So if you've come across Sunday Spy Club for the first time as something, I highly recommend watching some of the backlog of TTRPG content that we've made there. I'm very proud of my incredibly talented and hilarious friends. And there is a lot more where that came from.
So exciting. Christina, obviously you're like, I mean, look, I don't want to talk down
She's
about the other people
everywhere.
on here, but you are the icon of the moment.
everything.
Critical Role, Doctor Who, everyone, like, I mean, Star Wars, everything, every fandom belongs to you now.
He's the Infinity Gauntlet of fandom.
Yes. I don't have a question. Where can people find you on the internet? I guess that's the question.
Oh man. So my name is Christina Ariel, KrystinAarielle. Spell it right or get the wrong person. You can find me
And a
Christina
new
Ariel
cat.
on Instagram, Christina Ariel on Twitter, Christina Ariel on Threads, Christina Ariel on Tumblr, and Christina Ariel Tigner on Instagram because somebody took my name. Not Instagram, TikTok, the bird one.
TikTok, yeah.
What's that thing? The clock one.
The clock.
Clock
Yeah.
app.
Yes.
So if you're
There you
seeing
go.
this week, you can find me on Saturday at 10 o'clock, and I will be hosting the Doctor Who panel for the BBC with Shruti Gatwa and Russell T Davies and Millie Gibson, which I'm exceptionally excited about. If you missed that, it will be streamed on all the BBC socials and BBC iPlayer and things for you to watch later in the week and YouTube and all that fun stuff. Then I will be hosting the Critical Role panel at 3 o'clock in Ballroom 20. So you please come and see that. There's going to be some really fun stuff popped into that one. So if you can do.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, no, I can't talk about that.
Don't
Don't do it.
I have
Don't
two
do it.
really exciting things that are coming up. That one of them is very important to Jordan, and I'm gonna let him speculate wildly because that
Love
is
it.
always fun to do because messing with Jordan is like an art and a really fun pastime for me. Oh my gosh, there's something I can talk about, but I can't remember because there's like always stuff and things, and
She's NDA.
I don't have a I don't have a break for like another like 4 to 5 weeks, I guess. But
Oh, queen. I want to be you when I grow up.
Yeah.
watch Sunday Spy Club. It's exceptionally special to me. It's a beautiful testament to female friendships and to camaraderie and to just unapologetically having your friends back and just how bad I am at flirting. And
You just got to get that hair tuck.
I just want to say, because this clip is out there so I can talk about it, going back and watching Mayanna be like, sup?
So
I was like,
good.
Am I in love for real? Is this a thing?
Is
Like,
this
I
love?
think I am like, you know how like sometimes you're playing a game and you're like, oh, like I've fallen in love with this person by like proxy of this character, but then they play another character and you're like, but that's not my person. But then when they turn this character, you're like, oh, like no, like we're in love, like, but they're also in love with someone else at the table in another way or something. And it's very important to me. And Mayanna is one of the best DMs, and I'm going to keep saying that, and storytellers that I have ever worked with, and does an amazing Waldorf, great dog impression, fantastic. Sage is saging it up as Summer. It is on brand but heightened. Mika is doing her thing. Becca is incredible. Clara did an amazing job on sets. Everyone, Erica, everybody that did any part of this, Kaylee, like, deserves every flower because
Yes.
I if 100 people watch it, 10 people watch it, it is always going to be one of the most special things I've ever done, and it was an honor to be a part of. So I hope that you all will support it.
I mean, that has to be the end, right? What an incredible way to take us out.
Absolutely.
Thank you all so much for joining me. This is absolutely delightful. Everyone go watch Sunday Spy Club. And I don't know how to end an interview, so I'm just going to hit stop recording.
Bye.